Hello there guys, so the last time in the anime, it was fun to watch how Shize was taking screen time from her brother by showing how pitiful she is that she's starving to death. But another problem arose when Akane woke up at midnight and saw the ghostly figure in her room. Saito didn't care for her make-up stories and wanted to have some peace. But poor girl was so scared she refused to be alone. Even when Saito went to the toilet, she kept following him and orders Saito to do his business without locking the door. So Saito was fed up with this nonsense and talks this matter with Shize. She instantly believed in Akane that a ghost might be haunting their house. So she arrived at their house to find out the spirit, but she started to mess around with Sato's stuff. And when everything was said and done, Shize revealed she had gotten the house key from their grandparents, but she didn't want to disturb a newlywed steamy time. So she had sneaked it a few times and Akane thought she was a ghost. Shize was truly messing with them all. But now our screen time is set for Himari. Himari was a social butterfly from her childhood and Akane, not so much. She flatly refused to become friends with Himari when she approached her. But Himari was stubborn as well and quickly found out Akane likes strawberry parfait, which helps her befriend the wildcat. But now she confessed she likes Saito to Akane. Girl was shocked, but Himari says she just loves Sato's features, plus one day when a girl blacked out due to heatstroke. Saito handled the situation like a pro. Himari was super impressed after this, and now she wants to take the chance with a guy. And since Akane is close to Saito, she asks for help to know what he likes, but Akane barely knows anything herself even though they are married. So she started stalking the guy. Then she recorded him to learn more about his taste. And the guy asks her the reason. Akane couldn't answer it, so that didn't help much, so she asked him about his type in girls. And for all honesty, Saito has no type. As for favorite food, he likes steak. Akane was interrogating him thoroughly to know every inch of details and hands it down to Himari. But then Akane went in and gave a little extra info like his hobbies and games, which makes Himari wonder how'd she know about this. Akane got nervous, but Himari leaves it be. Then, at home, Akane was about to cook fish, which disappoints the guy because he thought Akane was going to cook steak. That's why she was interrogating him yesterday. That was nice to hear. He was looking forward to it. So Akane decided to fulfill her man's wish. She went shopping to buy groceries, and this situation reminds her of her time with her mother. Like how she also waited for dinner. Then Akane cooked a perfect meal, and just as Saito took a bite, he was astonished. It was the best steak he ever had. So Saito wanted to eat every day. And Akane agreed to prepare him the best meals possible like a good wife. But the next day, Himari built up the courage to ask Saito his preference in girls, and for Saito, he thinks if he doesn't know about someone, there's no way he could fall for the girl. Himari was glad he thinks this way, because guys who proposes her barely knows her. So if Saito doesn't have a preference, and wants to fall for the girl he knows better, Himari asks him if he would like her. But she discarded it as a joke and went off. And Shize saw this opportunity to tease Saito again. Then, at home, while Saito was busy playing games, Akane went to study room to find out what kind of books he read for Himari and got caught red-handed. So she tried to defend herself, and Saito had no idea what she was talking about. So Akane asked for book recommendations, and Saito pours down the best knowledge just for her. And Akane gives the book names to Himari. But she thought she should have asked for some good and easy books. But Himari was glad she did all this for her, because now she feels like she could talk more to Saito, and that burns the jealousy feeling. As for Saito, he thanked Himari for always calming down the fight between him and Akane, because if it weren't for her, Akane could have killed him by now. Then aside from that, Himari opened up how Akane had saved her from bullies in grade school. Himari was bullied for having blonde hair, but Saito didn't see a problem here because the blonde color hair suits Himari, and Himari remembers Akane had said the same thing to her. And thanks to her, the bullying stopped. Akane heard all this, and Shize asks her if she's fine that Himari and Saito are getting matched up, because she knew Himari had a crush on Saito from freshman year. But Akane just failed to notice that Akane just wasn't being honest with her feelings, and afterwards, Himari was pleased that Akane was assisting her with Saito, so she decided to treat him and hang out at Akane's house. Akane tried to decline with some nonsense excuses. But in the end, she failed miserably, so all they gotta do is hide Sato's existence from the house until Himari is here. And luckily Himari was so excited that she arrived earlier than planned. So Saito hides in the kitchen, and Shize was again trying to mess with him. At that time, Himari and Akane sat down, and Himari asks Akane if she's comfortable with her asking Saito out on a date. Akane said she has no problem with it, and makes up she doesn't like Saito. In fact, she hates him. So the next day Himari asks Saito out on a date while shaking. And Shize again asked Akane if she was going to let it happen. Akane wants Himari to be happy, so late at night, Saito tried to make things clear with Akane if she had any problem with him going out on a date with Himari. Akane said she had no problem. So the next day Saito got ready to leave. And just then she showed her real feelings, that she doesn't want to let him go with some other chick. Saito already knew this, and had turned Himari down when she had asked him out. So it turns out Saito was just acting all along. Then the next day, Himari again approached Saito, even though he had turned her down, as she hadn't lost hope yet. And there just one thought came to Akane's mind, that she wouldn't let Himari win. But our episode 5 ends right there. So stay tuned to watch another episode of this anime. And for that, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to receive the latest updates. Till then, take care.